after what seems like a ridiculously long hiatus. Of course, the camera falls over. I am back, hello. It feels like it has been ages and so much has taken place in my life. So many new healing tools have been learned, so many things that I've been downloading and integrating, and I just felt the call last week that it's time to start bringing this back on my YouTube channel and start sharing more of these things. I feel like I've personally been going through so many activations that now that it's like settled, I'm like, okay, it's time to start speaking about this, right? It's time to start bringing this out into the world in new ways. So with that said, this is just a really quick life update video before I dive into all things subconscious reprogramming, purpose, freedom, sovereignty, helping you live the life that you are meant for, and bringing you some really powerful, breakthroughs around quantum healing, around breaking out of the matrix, around reprogramming the deepest parts of your subconscious and things that you probably aren't even aware of. Like, I have been going very deep into this work over the last few years, and it's going to be really cool to start bringing that to you. So with that said, I got my little princess queen outfit on because it's my birthday today as I'm filming this. So happy birthday to me. And where to even start? Yesterday actually, I had this download. I noticed a huge pattern in my life where I was still operating in a lower feminine programming and in a lower feminine wounding, and the way it was impacting my relationship to the masculine, whether that's men, whether that's money, whether that's my mission and my business. And that is going to be the first video that I'm gonna bring to you. And then we're gonna go from there and just talk about all the things. So if there are any specific topics you know that I can riff on and speak to and support you with, please feel free to comment them down below, and I will make sure to do some videos around that. But ultimately, this is going to be very much about freedom of all kinds and really feeling empowered in your life. Which brings me around to the life update, I guess, is the last few years since I kind of took a pause on my channel. Last thing, I think I had just left LA. I was in Scotland. I did a 30-day challenge on here for you guys. And then I moved to Mexico and I co-authored a book that was featured in Forbes and hit #1, all about manifestation. It was called Manifesting Queen. And that was really cool. That was something that I had always wanted to do, to be published. And I went to Scotland to write one of my own books that I still haven't finished. I'll get to when the timing's right. But this opportunity came forward to co-author, so I jumped at that. I ended up having a partnership with Gaia and went to their headquarters to see Steven Greer for a weekend event, and that was unreal because, oh my gosh, I never even told you. When I was in Scotland, the very last Friday before I left to fly to Mexico, I had this incredibly wild experience. I was in this tiny seaside town in pretty far north of Scotland, and I was laying outside in the backyard just under the stars. It was midnight, I think, and I started having this overwhelm of gratitude for life, for the challenges, for the hardships, for everything that brought me to where I was. Sending love to my brother Derek, my angel, and other people in my life just for their roles that they have played and the growth that's come from it. And I looked up and I started to notice that there were these, it could have been, I thought, airplanes, it looked like airplane lights at night, but they were moving in really sporadic patterns and going super fast, then stopping, then zooming around, going the other way. And I was like, okay, that's obviously not an airplane. And I started watching these. There were about 3 of them at a time that I could see. and started communicating with them because with my quantum work, with connecting to my higher self, connecting to God consciousness, connecting to those higher realms, I have experienced a lot of communication with multidimensional beings. And so I just set the intention while I was there that this is this was not going to be the point of this video, but we're rolling with it. So I set the intention that I was like, if you can hear me, I would love to connect with you. You know, you're already kind of giving me some signs that you're obviously not an airplane, it's not a satellite, it's not anything like normal, as we would say. So I was like watching it kind of do like a J formation and a hook and then zooming and then going back the other way. And so eventually I said, like, just do some figure eights. Like, if it's real, if you can hear me, if you're listening, if we're tapped in the way I think we are, can you do some figure eights? Because then like that, I can't like dismiss that, right? And within 10 seconds, it stopped its motion. And I was kind of like, oh, okay, anticlimactic. And then it was like, started doing these tiny figure eights so fast, and it was insane. And so I got some of this on my camera. I've got videos of it on my Instagram, on my highlights. Anyway, that like catapulted me into even deeper belief around our multidimensionality. I talk about being limitless all the time because we are a soul in a physical vessel. We are a soul experiencing life. We're not just this 3D body only, which is why I'm so committed to helping you understand that and connect to this higher aspect of yourself so that you don't just feel stuck in the density of the physical, so that you don't feel trapped in your past and your traumas like I was when I was in my grief, the rape, the car accident. Like, everything was so freaking heavy. And truly, the only thing that got me through was my connection to a higher power and my search to continue to deepen that connection. And that has now been like the thing that constantly breaks me free from more and more of the 3D nonsense, to really understand what's going on here on the planet and my purpose and like what I'm here to do, all the things. So fast forward after that, I was living in Mexico, loving it, really deep quantum work, really deep healing. It was a very profound chapter for me. Went back to Canada for the summer, saw my family and my puppy dog, and then traveled Europe for the winter. I'm currently in Malaysia, but I'm leaving in a couple weeks to go back to Canada and then back to Europe. And so in that time, I also had another experience with galactic beings in Canada at the lake house, and then here in Malaysia in my quantum work. I will do a video specifically about that, where I was in another dimension and interacting with reptilians, and that was like a mind-blowing experience that took all my other stuff to the next level. And aside from that, I've been plugging away, doing my business, helping my clients, you know, supporting people to break free from their struggles and realize that they are so much more and that they're worthy of so much more, so that they can start to live that reality and really bring waves of positive change into the world. Because as I said, when I was in my darkest days, all I wanted to do was feel like I had purpose. Like, all I wanted to do was make a difference, and I couldn't. Like, I was so stuck where I was that there was no way I could help other people, no way I could give back the way that I wanted to. And it was in that healing journey, focusing on myself, putting my own oxygen mask on for a while, that then empowered me to actually start living this and creating this for myself. And so those of you who know, that's why I have a 3-month program called Thrive, where we do this deep work and I guide you through it step by step, so that you can also break those chains and connect to your purpose, start feeling confident, start living that life. And that was where this whole ramble started, because one of the other huge things that I'm excited to speak to on this channel relates to personal sovereignty. You know, we talk about healthy boundaries all the time. We talk about confidence and speaking up for yourself. That is something that has been like really having to anchor in my own life, and some really challenging conversations, triggering some people with my truth and with owning my power, with not tolerating the things I used to, with not playing small around them anymore. And this is something that I also want to bring forward to you on this channel, because there's no honor in being a people pleaser and there's no honor in ignoring yourself and your higher self, your purpose, your needs, your desires, sacrificing yourself. That paradigm is shifting, thank God. And we are a part of that shift. We're a part of realizing that you can honor yourself and give back and overflow and still be loving and kind to other people. But this whole martyrdom and this whole self-sacrifice and victimhood mentality is like coming to a halt on the planet. I truly believe that. We're gonna see that in the next few years as all of this continues to play out. And as more people start to realize that they deserve to live their truth, they deserve to live life on their own terms, they deserve to follow their own path, follow their heart, follow their soul, and not be stuck where they once were, or not be stuck living for someone else when it's not in alignment to them. So we've got lots to catch up on, my friend, lots to catch up on, and I'm very excited about it. So like I said, if you have any specific topics, any specific things going on in your life, and you're like, damn, this has been a pattern for me, or this has been showing up a lot lately, or I can't break this, or like I'm dreaming of this, how do I get there? Comment it down below. I want to be creating lots of videos again, so I would love to support you. I would love to answer each of these and really start helping you. I also have insanely valuable resources in free trainings, in free programs, in ebooks. Aside from my paid masterminds and coaching programs with me, there are so many incredible resources that I'm also going to be directing you to. And if there's something that you share in the comments and I already have something made for it, I will send that your way so that you can get started breaking through ASAP. So with that said, it's time to recommence helping you live your truth so that you can make the mark that you're here to make, and so that you can fly free. So thank you for being here on the journey. I'm so excited to be back here with you, and I will see you on the next video.